Another day and another high profile celebrity, I guess, has been accused of sexual misconduct. And so you had Matt Lauer, who was terminated recently, yesterday. And Garrison Keillor, if some of y'all know who that is, he was terminated as well. And right now it just seems like every day is somebody that's either being accused or accused and fired. So we're going to talk a little bit about that and just kind of talk about kind of seeing how the pendulum is swinging. Look like it's going to be swinging all the way to the other extreme instead of kind of sitting in the middle. Anyway, that, and probably going to talk a little about Trump's tweets and kind of what I don't really care about, this fake decorum that we supposed to have in DC. So all that, if you ain't noticed by now, I'm in the airport. So hey, who does the podcast at the airport? This guy. So all this on this episode of Trend Chat. Chat. I am your host, Brian Bledsoe, and yes, I am at the Des Moines airport right now, waiting to catch a flight. And I thought to myself, hey, I got all this time. I got here really early, and I said, since I got all this time and it is Thursday, I might as well go ahead and record a podcast. And so trying to find a place to actually talk. I'm in kind of like one of the gates that don't have a flight leaving out in the next couple of hours, so I don't know. But yep, so yeah, I am in Des Moines, and I'm here for my job, my primary job, which is being a truck driver, and just up here for training and getting ready to just head out, get back on the road again. And first gonna head down to Alabama, actually. After this is where I'm catching my flight to. So like I said, here at the airport, so I don't know if you can hear the background music and not only the music that you normally hear for the show, but you're gonna hear probably the music from the speakers. I can't get away from them. There's no like little booths. They don't have recording booths at the airport. So right now, what is that? Something's playing in the background. What is it? I'm gonna maybe I'll let you hear it a little bit. If y'all hear that, y'all know what it is. I don't know the name of this, but anyway, I'm kind of treating this like all of you are listening, or like the person sitting next to me at the airport, and I'm just striking up a conversation about this and that. But instead of doing it in the confine of the airport, I'm just doing the podcast. So that's when that's basically what this is going to be like. Actually, being here in Des Moines, the last time I was here for an extended period of time was during the Iowa caucus, when I was volunteering for the Cruz campaign. I was here for about a week and a half, about a week. I've been here about a week now with the training with this company that I'm driving for. So anyway, just I guess to give you a little bit about what's going on with me. Like I mentioned in the beginning, so heard the news about Matt Lauer got accused of sexual misconduct in a way, or I'm guessing now the details kind of came out. Got allegations of assault, and I guess you maybe want to call it entrapment, because there was one story saying that he had a button in his desk to lock the door or something like that. That sound like sound like some James Bond type stuff. But yeah, so I guess the details about that coming out. Then later on yesterday, we had Garrison Keillor. It's more so for older generation that maybe knows who that is. I know of him. I don't know that much about it. I know the name, but he had allegations as well, and I guess it was an investigation on him and Matt Lauer, and so they were both let go. I guess it was both yesterday, and the thing that I just was thinking about now is just, like I said, it's like every day we're coming across something. There's another allegation, another termination, and it's almost daily now from high-profile figures that are being, outed after all these years, really. Because one thing that was kind of mentioned is that with Matt Lauer, kind of like Harvey Weinstein, that it was a open secret that's just not coming to light. But the thing about it, if these things are true, then they should be outed and they should be fired, or whatever that happens, or whatever the company decides to do. I mean, it's if these people are doing what they're being accused of, they it's good that it's finally coming out and finally finding out about what these people in power are doing to abuse it. And so that's a great thing, that people are having the courage to come out and speak up about these situations and these horrible situations that have happened to them by these people. Now, notice I did say that, because we've had a string of accusations and allegations, and it kind of just goes back to, regardless of who you want to mention, whether you're talking about Representative John Conyers or Judge Roy Moore or Matt Lauer, President Trump, anybody, all of these people have been accused or have allegations or whatnot, and now you're kind of seeing a trend where accusations, and it just basically it's grounds for termination almost. Where, I mean, in Matt Lauer's case, and I'm pretty sure in others as well, but in Matt Lauer's case, they did have an investigation, and so you can't say they just did it just because of the allegation on itself. So, but that being said, the thing that troubles me a little bit is that I feel like I mentioned in the beginning, that we're going to kind of take it to the extreme. So we had the pendulum one way, where people were not coming out, not being vocal about these things that are going on, and nothing happened. And I feel like that we're kind of going to the other extreme, where we're going to have people that are being accused and have no recourse to defend themselves, or if they do defend themselves, they're looked at negatively because any accusation is supposed to be believed, just because, which that is definitely not the case. Whether whoever is accusing someone or who is also denying the accusation, they both should be taken seriously. And I think we're kind of going toward the extreme of just taking anyone's word for it, regardless. And I feel like that's where we're kind of going. I mean, especially right now. So even if you question, especially a woman coming out accusing a man of some sort of sexual misconduct, to question that, now you'll be perceived as anti-woman, and that's an extreme we shouldn't go to. I think everyone should just all sides should be taken seriously, and let an investigation, whether it is in the company or actual federal or legal investigation. Let it take its course. And I just think we're going to that extreme. And I'm pretty sure there's some people out there that have no problem with that. I remember someone tweeted that they don't care that people, maybe innocent men, or would be caught up in this. And because, like, one thing this person mentioned that, that's a price she's willing to pay to have if innocent men are caught up in this new environment of just having accusations basically determine their future, their employment, and whether, if their lives are ruined or whatnot. They don't care if the person is innocent or not, just because they want to make sure that people are coming out regardless. And I think that's wrong as well. That is wrong that these deeds have happened to these people and had sexual assault, and that's wrong. It is also wrong to also not care about anyone who is falsely accused. But I think a lot of people wouldn't voice that because they don't want to perceive like they're either shaming the victim or especially if you're talking about women, that you're just anti-woman. You don't, that you are for some reason to want thorough investigation or to want things done fairly and evenly. Just to say that is to say that, well, I guess you're for the patriarchy or something like that. But it's kind of, I feel like we're kind of going to go the same ways, kind of how we treat black people in a way, where you're going to have all these authorities probably going far beyond what they need to, as I guess because of guilt of the past, or just wanting to make amends to what has happened in the past, and they're going to go far and beyond what they should do just because of they feel guilty of what has happened. And like I said, they're going to just basically go from one extreme to the other, and neither one is right. And I wish we actually would take time to be more fair and even. But I think even in mentioning that, I think some people are more agree with wanting to keep this sort of environment because so much has happened over so many years, hundreds of whatever years you want to mention, that this is to have this environment where you don't have any real fairness in investigating accusations. You're like, well, it's worth it because people were done wrong for so long, whether you're talking about like black people with slavery, or whether you're talking about women with sexual assault and just being, sexual misconduct in general. But that's not right either. If you didn't think it was right for that to happen in the past, then I don't think it's right to just, like I said, take it to the other extreme and just lump everybody in, regardless, even if they're guilty or innocent. They just don't care. Just want to just take everyone's word for it now. And so it was something that I'm kind of noticing that it's probably we're going in that direction now. So I don't know what's that playing now. So whatever song. I'm hearing these songs playing while I'm talking, and I don't know what that song is either. But as you can tell, I got a little bit of background music. If you can hear it, I don't know if you can or not. I know I hear it. But I guess before we get to the next topic, let's hear from our friends with the Founding Project.
Hello, Trend Chat listeners. If you like the Founding Project's Civics Education video series, Civics for All Ages, and our educational meme series. We think you will love our new website. Join us at thefoundingproject.com and be a part of the civics movement. The Founding Project is a 501c3 education nonprofit. Please join us today.
Yeah, so as of right now, the tax reform debate is going on in Congress. Right now it's in the Senate. President Trump did a speech in Missouri yesterday, trying to get support from the people about it. And I've already mentioned about the bill. I'm in favor of it, of what they're trying to do. I think, well, I can't say obviously, but I do think it can be better. But it's definitely a step in the right direction. And I did see that debate on CNN with Senator Cantwell, Senator Sanders, and Senator Cruz and Senator Scott on CNN. That was on Tuesday, and that was a good debate. I, definitely liked the points, obviously, from Senator Cruz. But actually, that was like the second one, because I remember, so it was a couple months ago, Senator Cruz and Senator Sanders did a debate on CNN. It's funny because I tweeted that only Ted Cruz can get me to watch CNN because any other time I'm not watching CNN or MSNBC or pretty much anything, because I don't even have Fox News on my phone, on my streaming service for cable. But yeah, that's the only time I'm watching CNN. It was funny because as soon as the debate was over, they're like, well, Don Lemon is coming up next. Click. I am turning that off. I'm making sure I don't give him any ratings because the streaming service I use is counted to the Nielsen ratings. So CNN got some ratings from me during that debate, but that's all they got. So they want to get more ratings to keep bringing Senator Cruz on. But yeah, this whole debate going on, fighting over this tax reform bill. But that's actually one of the things I was going to talk about, because one thing that kind of was taking up all the time in the news was President Trump's tweet, as always, which just always catches everyone's attention, which at this point, you kind of have to know that it's done intentionally. I mean, I don't know if it's been what. I mean, I know he's been tweeting before the presidential campaign, but after 2 years and knowing how the media reacts to your tweets, like I said, we're talking about 2 years now in knowing how the media reacts. I'm just saying, for me personally, and I know how it's going to be received. At this point, I would be doing it strategically. I would just do something just to kind of, if I know, okay, well, if I said this, or basically if he says anything, it's going to get attention. Yeah, I definitely. Why would I think that it wouldn't be used as I don't know, as maybe a diversion? Who knows? And it works every time. So, but anyway, President Trump posted some videos, and which we call anti-Muslim, because it came from what they call a British nationalist, and that got everyone's attention. And so some people, I saw some news programs while I was waiting yesterday, and they were just talking about why is he always coming out with these tweets and distracting from the work that Congress is doing as far as tax reform. Well, in one sense, that could be a good thing, because now you're all focused on these tweets, and now Senate can go on. And I guess, which one would you rather talk about? I guess if you I guess if you want support for the bill, you want to talk more about it to get more support from the people about the tax bill. But I mean, the media is going to ask you questions about this tweet. What do you think about this tweet? What do you think about that? Which, I wouldn't care one way or another if I was responding to those to what the president said in a tweet. But the thing I wanted to mention is that because this is kind of like one of those deals where people have this sense of that, they, like when they talk about President Trump's tweets, they say, well, it's not presidential for him to say X, Y, Z, whatever it is. And this is not befitting of the president to say this or say that. And I just think this is all part of this fake decorum that we're supposed to have in D.C. or just in legislation or whatever. I just think it's all so fake. I mean, I'm not saying I agree with everything President Trump tweets, but some stuff is kind of funny. Some stuff actually I don't have a problem with that. Just like the whole LeVar Ball thing. Okay, President Trump tweeted about LeVar Ball. So what? Would I have tweeted that? Probably not. I wouldn't have cared enough to tweet about it for one, but he did. So what? And because he did, that's so unpresidential. And like I say, I just feel like this just kind of feeds into this sense of, we're supposed to be so high and mighty, and so it's such a lofty position. And it kind of reminds me of like in Congress, which one thing I can't stand. I mean, unless it's real, but you have members of Congress, especially members on totally different sides of the political spectrum, and they'll say like, well, my friend from the state of whatever, and these two members are totally diametrically opposed politically. And for me, if they're really our friends, all right, whatever. But I know, like, personally, if I have someone on the other side that is so different from me politically, it's not the fact that I can't be friendly with the person. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that I believe that someone on the other side that is, for open borders, that is for just taxing people just because they have the money, just because they're rich or whatever. If I know a person that is for abortion, or take it even further, that is for even late term abortion or whatever, or even worse than that. If I know someone who is for all that, you support policies that are very harmful to people. And so I can't just sit back and come on TV and call you my friend, because I feel like because to me, you are supporting, a policies or policies and altogether that are very detrimental to a lot of people. You influence policy that affects people every day. And so for me to come up in front of people and call you my friend, and to be all like, having to be all buddy with them, that's difficult. I can be like, I'm not gonna be mean to them, but I can't sit around and act like I'm, I think you're the greatest thing out there either. And I feel like that people, I guess the media, want to put up this kind of fake, camaraderie between these members of Congress or just in general, because even you talking about the president, because people, they want to talk about how his tweets are so not befitting or whatever like that. I think we need more honesty. I think someone should tell the other, should say, like, look, we're colleagues. Okay, that's fine. We're whatever, but I mean, we're not friends. Because I feel like, what you are advocating for is very harmful to a lot of people in this country. And I'm here to stop you. Actually, I am here to keep you from doing more harm to this country. And so, yeah, we're not friends. And that's fine. And that's fine if you see me that way, because you see me the exact same way that I see you. And we should just go from there. It's okay to disagree with someone. And just keep it at that. It's not like you could take it in. We're going to take it any further than that. I'm just saying we don't see eye to eye at all, and we make our case to the people, and we go from there. The people agree with me, they'll keep me on. They agree with you, then we'll go your way. I wouldn't agree with it just as much as that other person wouldn't agree with me. That that's what it's like in a representative republic. So but yeah, like I said, when I first started this today, I was saying that basically this is going to be like if one of y'all are listening to me on this podcast, if you were sitting next to me at this airport and we were having a conversation, even though it's a one-way conversation, but it's a conversation nevertheless. And I guess that's probably what I'll be talking to someone if I was sitting next to them, if they wanted to talk about this stuff. And I'm pretty sure it depends on who the person was. It might have been a pleasant conversation. Who knows? It might be one. I might come across someone who thinks the same way. And it's funny because I'm sitting here on in one of the gates, and like all you're hearing is background music of the music in the airport. But I thought you would probably heard an announcement of a flight by now interrupting me while I'm talking, but that hasn't happened. And we got a couple more minutes left because that's all I had for today. But I had a couple more things to mention, basically about next week's podcast. I'm guessing it's going to be two, so I'm going to just talk about that for a couple of minutes. But before that, let's hear another word from our friends with the Founding Project.
Hello, Trend Chat fans. The Founding Project invites you to experience our latest resource to take civics to citizens, TFP's new website. Visit us at www.thefoundingproject.com. Be a part of the civics movement with the Founding Project. The Founding Project is a 501c3 education nonprofit. Join us today.
So, as always, I appreciate everyone listening. We are on Google Play, iTunes, and iHeartRadio. Appreciate everyone listening in. And next week, I'm guessing we're going to have two shows. I'm hoping to. Hopefully, we get a chance to talk with someone with Turning Point USA. And while someone is coming in, I get my first interruption. I'm actually kind of glad about this. Who is this? Oh, okay. Yeah, so we'll probably talk with someone with Turning Point USA on sometime next week, and also may talk with a person with a new venture that they're starting, that would have started past couple of weeks, and maybe we'll talk with them about it has something to do with the Second Amendment. Let's put it that way. And maybe we'll get a chance to talk with them. So we'll probably have two shows next week. And once again, like I said, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, it's all the same name, Trend Chat 24/7. Actually, you know what? I didn't even do none of that. So yeah, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Yeah, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Trend Chat 24/7. Politichicks.com. facebook.com/author/Brian Bledsoe if you want to read some of my articles. I'm actually doing this at the end now. And yeah, don't forget about the book Politics, Clarion Call to Political Activism, which is available on Barnes & Noble and Amazon. So yeah, go ahead and pick that up. And yeah, like I said, I actually did that at the end as opposed to normally doing that at the beginning. I don't know. This is a bit of a different format. So, but yeah, I appreciate everyone listening. I don't know if you can hear this. I think it's Christmas music playing in the background now, and I don't know who this is. But if you hear it, I guess you might know. But yeah. So yeah, that's it for this week, and I hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving last week, and hope y'all have a good weekend. And until next week, we will chat with you later.